most of you know that BRICS is so I'm not going to go into a full discussion of the petrodollar and the SWIFT system and everything, but the U.S. for many years, our power has come from having the reserve currency, the dollar, and petrodollar is really the reason that oil is bought and sold in dollars, that it is the world reserve currency. This allows us to have unilateral economic war on many countries, making it nearly impossible for them to import and export when the U.S. doesn't want them to. And so many countries are moving outside of this. Now, I've covered various ones, China making various deals. But what I haven't covered is the overall number of countries that are now involved in BRICS. The reason it's called BRICS is it's for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa being the largest economies that have united to go outside of the petrodollar. But it's far larger than that, actually. And this is, they say it's breaking news. 19 countries have requested to join the BRICS bloc ahead of the upcoming BRICS summit. The BRICS, as it stands currently, contributes more to global economic growth than the G7, right? The 7 of the largest, most economically developed countries in the world, with countries such as Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Iran showing interest in joining. Is the era of Western diktat over the global South coming to a rapid close? And here's the map, which, I mean, it's pretty impressive how quickly this has happened. So in dark red, I don't know why they made the two colors similar. They're really fucking with colorblind people. They're like, how can we educate people about BRICS, but also have a field day on colorblind people? I have an idea. How can we make colorblind folks just have it a little harder in this world? So the dark red is already part of BRICS. So that is the Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And the dark reddish orange, couldn't you just use light orange? I mean, seriously, is countries that have requested to join BRICS. So you have Kazakhstan, Iran, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, which of course, Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates, those two are driving the United States nuts. That the two of them have asked to join BRICS is really infuriating the United States. Egypt, Algeria, Nigeria, Senegal, Indonesia, and then you have over here in Latin America, Nicaragua and Argentina. So these are formal requests. These don't even include many countries that it seems would likely request, such as Bolivia, or I don't know. Oh, I already said Argentina, didn't I? Peru pre-coup this year. There's probably a lot of countries that have not put in a formal request, but would want to join BRICS. But this shows how quickly the U.S. petrodollar is losing its stranglehold on the world. And I know that if you're American like me, it's easy to be like, well, that sounds like a good thing, but what about my stuff? Is that going to hurt my stuff? Is that going to hurt my savings? Is that going to hurt the worth of my house? Probably. But here's the thing. I want a better world for humanity. I want an environment that can sustain. I want a natural world that is not gutted. Now, BRICS growing and the petrodollar decreasing doesn't guarantee a lot of those things, but we've seen what the U.S. has done with hegemony. We've seen what the U.S. is capable of with hegemony. We've seen what the U.S. ruling elite, how they will behave, what their goals will be, what their motivations will be, how they will treat humans around the world, 6 million dead in the global war on terror. We've seen what they will do. Millions dead in our economic sanctions on various countries, including Syria, Afghanistan, Venezuela, Iran, Cuba. Just utter devastation on so many of these countries, these people that are struggling to survive. We've seen what the U.S. does with a unipolar world. And it is not a world that I want to represent, that I want to be a part of. It's not the, I don't want any blood on my hands. All right. I bought some industrial soap and we're going to wash this shit off. It's just the epic destruction that the U.S. has been accountable for. The only thing that could give us a remotely sustainable world and remotely peaceful world is going to be the rise of a multipolar world, which is what we're seeing. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen to, my or your savings account, my or your house value, or whatever those things are. But it doesn't matter, because I want a better world. And this is without a doubt a better world. You can't watch a country obliterate so many other nations. And, this is largely, I've only listed the ones we've gone to war with or had clear economic war on, but we've created so many coups, put dictators in, endorsed and helped dictators remain in power. Just look at what Bolsonaro did to the Amazon. Like, it's gut-wrenching. And we, of course, endorsed and supported Bolsonaro. Some say Lula's moving too slow on stopping the destruction of the Amazon. Maybe he is. But I haven't even gotten into most of what the U.S. has done over the past, and I'm only talking past, 40 years. So we need the rise of a multipolar world. And that is what this represents. That is what these countries uniting, and even if it didn't equal sustainability going forward, at least it would mean that these countries have more sovereignty, have more ability to fight for themselves and for their livelihoods and their people, and have a sovereign country, have lived their own lives without us crushing so many. So that is big news about BRICS. Big news. 19 countries already. And many of them are large. Many of them are important countries.